It's your girl at the Celeb, and I'm here with Al Thompson, actor, producer, everything entertainment.
Yeah.
You got a new web series out called Lenox Ave.
Yes.
One of the stars.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your character.
My character, his name is Owen, and he's really kind of like the type of guy that's really kind of all over the place, and he just kind of floats through life and relationships and things like that, and he's just kind of like having fun in a sense, you know. A lot of people that have kind of seen the pilot and stuff kind of compare my character to Samantha on Sex and the City.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
Okay.
Not that I watch Sex and the City, you know.
You watch Sex
I
and
just
Every
heard.
man watches
I
Sex
just
and
heard
the City. They
other
just don't
people
admit
have told
they
me
watch it.
that. So Owen, his character is kind of in that, you know, range. But, you know, as the show goes on, you know, he goes through changes and things like that. And, you know, it's, I don't want to tell too much, but, you know, it's a good little journey, because I think with a lot of guys, there's a little bit of that character in a lot of guys that they'll be able to relate to that.
Well, most women feel like that's like most guys. Like
Right.
the way Samantha is, it's like weird that a woman would be that open and that like she's like a female gigolo. It's usually
Right.
like praised when a man is like that.
Right.
So, what are the other characters about? Because all three of them aren't going to be that way.
Right. One other character, he's kind of he has a female friend that he's been friends with for years, and you know they kind of like, they don't really officially date, but I guess you can kind of say they kind of fool around.
The main chick.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They kind of like fool around in that sense, but they're not in a lockdown relationship or anything like that. So, you know, things are starting to change for her. And, you know, as a lot of us guys do, we don't really speak up or try to do things until it's kind of too late. So
After they mess up.
Exactly.
Or after we about to move on, then all of a sudden they want to get right. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So you can relate. You can relate. So his character kind of is going down that road. And the other character has a long-term girlfriend that he's been with for years and things like that. So they have a pretty stable relationship at this point.
So it's a good balance of all different type of men. Okay, that's good.
Very good balance. I think, you know, overall, the guys are getting their swagger back, you know, and a little, you know, chivalry coming back and everything. It's just a whole new element, I think, of smoothness up there.
Okay. Now that's so funny you said that chivalry is coming back, because I recently had a conversation with my homeboys, right?
Okay.
And he told me that he's not chasing any women anymore.
Okay.
That he wants to be chased. That the roles have changed. That he's like you said, these men are like distinguished, may have a condo, got good jobs.
Right.
So they know they're the cream of the crop. So he's like,
Right.
I don't have to chase women. They chase me.
Right.
So is the series going to touch on that aspect as well, or all these men still doing it the traditional way and they actually go out and they approach women? Because he's like, I don't approach women. Like when I come in, I know I'm a hot commodity. I know there's a rarity of me. So I'm not chasing a woman.
Right. I think there's definitely a little bit of that, but especially with the character Owen on Lenox Avenue, his vibe is kind of like that. But it's not really a vibe of that's the way he goes about it. That's just what happens with him. And for me, you know, growing up in Harlem, I've always had, you know, one or two buddies that I'll go to, like, you know, a female's, you know, housewarming, a little birthday event, and, you know, as soon as we come in the door, before we take the coats off, it's like, hey, thank you for coming. Who's your friend? And I'm like, he ain't even opened his mouth yet. You know what I mean? You already asking who he is.
Thursday, they telling us we can't find y'all. So when we see one, we're like, yo, what's up with that one?
Yeah. And I would always be like, man, like, can we take our coats off? And, you know, they would just be into a couple of my buddies like that. So I know that experience is definitely real out there. So a couple of guys have that luxury where, you know, they don't have to really kind of go out and, you know, try to approach females. But I also think that also lends them in the future to having a handicap as far as that aspect, because a lot of those same guys that I'm familiar with that have that problem, if they see a girl that they like, they're like, hey, go tell that girl over there, you know what I mean, that, you know, I'm interested in her. Go tell this girl this. And I'm like, you're a grown-ass man. You asking me to do stuff for you? Like, are you crazy? How will that look, you know? So it's interesting that it also lends that handicap to these guys that, you know, may spend a lot of time in the mirror all the time, and the women like them.
Okay, well, I'm excited now. Like, I'm like ready to like get inside the heads of men. Like, I'm not trying to be single forever. So when is this joint launching?
Right now, we're aiming for fall.
Right, so we look forward to the fall, y'all. Lenox Ave, look out for it.
It is LenoxAveSeries.com. Sign up on the email list, and we'll keep you all posted. And we also have the Facebook group, LenoxAveFan.com. So make sure you stop by, join up, and we'll keep you posted on all that sexiness.